how you can scrape leads from Meetup groups, enrich them with your LinkedIn, and then do an outreach to them. Welcome to the second scraper of this tutorial marathon of different scrapers. So in the first scraper, as I have explained to you before, we actually turned event attendees from Luma events into a CSV and created a wonderful CSV with their LinkedIn links for us, and we could do then an outreach to them. So the next workflow that I'm going to show you to scrape leads is not around Luma, but around Meetup. Meetup also a wonderful source of leads that you could reach out to, because Meetup has often big groups of many people being part of a specific group which has a specific interest. And so in our case here today, we want to web scrape the New York no-code club. For me, for example, this is a very interesting group because we are a no-code or low-code vibe automation tool with built-in RAG, and people that interested in this, also in partnership with Make, normally also very curious about product. So for this is ICP. You may have a similar ICP or a different ICP. I'm not sure what ICP you have, but find out a specific Meetup group that is relevant for you, that is relevant for your product, or relevant for whatever you are trying to sell. Whether you're an agency, whether you're trying to sell specific goods, maybe is it furniture or maybe merch, find the specific group, and I'm pretty sure you find very highly attractive leads for you also in these groups. So let's go over here back to our needle workflow. We have selected this finds lead from any Meetup community, and what do we need to do here to run this workflow? So first of all, we need to create a Google Sheet, and we have here created a sample Google Sheet. In this case, we call this scraper, and we need to take this Google Sheet, copy it over, and create our own Google Sheet from this. So I'm going here over to, I call sales scrape leads, and I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm calling this folder, for example, Meetup. Then I have here different sheets, and I can create new sheets from that. I say create and share. I paste over this sample data from this sheet, and then I say, for example, no code group. Let's call it like so. Now I have created this. I want to take the URL of this actually, because I need to tell in my needle workflow where I want to write these leads to. So I need to enable that here in my workflow. So we want to here say in this, save the data to a Google Sheet. So instead of this Google Sheet, we are saving it as this one, and we need to create a Google Sheet connector. So we are going here to needle. I'm searching for Google Sheets. I'm creating a connector here, very simple, for the right account also. Tuck. Now I have created the Google Sheets connector, as you see, and in my build step, then I need to, here the Google Sheets is selected. I also need a LinkedIn connector, because unfortunately, not as in Luma, but in Meetup, people don't put very often their LinkedIn. So we want to give our tool here, our needle agent, LinkedIn access. So we want to allow it to actually scrape LinkedIn data based on the, for example, name and location, so that LinkedIn, the needle agent, does do deep research with web as well as with LinkedIn. So if we go here to the workflows and we go to this one, which we were just building exactly here, we see that we say find the LinkedIn profile of this person, use the Meetup group name, Meetup location, and so on. And now we can run this workflow. So in this case, what we need to do again, we need the cookies, because that's required to do so. So we do need to go to the group page. We open the DevTools. Then we go to search for GQL2, which is GraphQL query they are using. We scroll to get more leads because they are using a pagination. And once we do that, we can then take this query, whatever they are using. So we see here 2000 members. Let's go to our network tab. We want to click on the members actually. You see, now we see the members here on the left side popping up, and we see on the right side here the fetches. Let's clear this for now. We can click on this clear. We scroll down and you see there is this GraphQL request that we were looking for. We copy this as fetch again. We go back to our needle workflow and we paste it over here into our manual trigger. And you see now, scroll to get more members, find get group members request, which is exactly this request here, which we have just copied over. And now we can just hit the run. We are fully set and we are hitting the run and we are doing a loop node here. and we are doing an HTTP request to Meetup. We are querying this lead. For example, here in this case, we are querying this person. Unfortunately, this person doesn't have a great name. One Sky also doesn't have a great name. So it might be very hard for our lead search. A Wales might be also difficult to find to scrape this, but we are giving this now, you see, in intervals of 20 items to our AI agent, which has access to web as well as to LinkedIn. And this agent, based on this information here on the left side, will try as much as possible Nick T from New York with this member's profile. Apparently this is his with this member's profile. Apparently this is his member's profile. It will try as much as possible to find information and his LinkedIn based on this information that we have there. We let it run, tuck, tuck, tuck. And so I let this run for some time, and as you see here, this is the output that we are getting. So it's scraped over all the accounts. For example, some of the people very hard to find because they do not give so much information, but other people, if they have the full name within Meetup. But on the other hand, sometimes people also give their full name. So if we, for example, here see on this column, some of these LinkedIn leads are enriched. Not all of them, unfortunately, found. But for example, Alex Hitchon from New York, USA is a business analyst, and he is part of this New York no-coders group. And for example, he is a business analyst working for Front Row, work with QBRs, AI automations. So you see, I'm very confident that this is like this person that actually is also part of the New York No Builders Club. And we could here send a LinkedIn request to this person and ask him what he's currently building, which tools he is using, and may have an interesting conversation with him. So you see, this was a very powerful automation to actually scrape leads from Meetup groups. There is a bit of an issue with if the data quality within Meetup is not great, it's hard for us to find the LinkedIn from this person because we are basically doing a LinkedIn plus web search. So we need to know their name. We do name plus location, name plus Meetup group, name plus automation. We are doing different kind of Google searches, different kind of LinkedIn searches, giving this all as context to Needle AI agent. Needle AI agent is doing different tool calls and in multiple steps also, as we see here. It's kind of having access to 4 different tools, and it's also then trying hard to find these people. But it can be that sometimes the Needle AI agent also doesn't find it. If I as a human, for example, would have a hard time, I guess, to find this profile. Let's see, check it out. This person just unfortunately didn't put much. Okay, it put its phone number into his into his LinkedIn, into his Meetup name. But basically what the agent would do is would search here in the internet so, maybe so, maybe so. Yeah, and you see, I also as a human have a hard time finding this person or some profile about this person. So the agent will also not be able to do so. But if you as a human could find it, then the agent could also find it, likely even find it better because it has access also to more tools. It will also additionally not just do a web search, it will also do a LinkedIn search. So this was the second tutorial of our tutorial of tutorials. And yeah, so I have shown you now how you can scrape leads from Meetup groups, enrich them with your LinkedIn, and then do an outreach to them. Do whatever you want to do with them. It's up to you. I guess you would like to do an outreach because they are relevant leads for your product or for whatever you try to explore, maybe to validate an idea also, or just to have an interesting chat. You can just use this template. It's called Find Leads from any Meetup community. Just sign up to Needle. It's for free. You just connect Google Sheets as I have shown you, copy over the fetch request, and connect your LinkedIn to the Needle AI agent, and then it will do this for you and create a wonderful Google Sheet in the end. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy this template and it becomes useful to you.